All right, let's talk about the one thing that's probably on every leader's mind right now: artificial intelligence. But look, this isn't going to be some dry tech briefing. Think of this as an executive session on leadership, on strategy, and frankly, on survival in this new age of AI. Let's dive right in.
So, you might be asking, why is this a crisis? And why right now? Why wasn't this the hot topic last year? And why can't it wait until next year? Well, the truth is, the world as we knew it fundamentally changed at a very, very specific moment in time. That moment was November 2022. A single event lit the fuse on an explosion that is now reshaping our world at a truly breakneck speed. And that event? The public release of OpenAI's ChatGPT. And that brings us to what I like to call the Big Bang moment for AI. For the very first time, millions of people, regular people, could suddenly talk to an incredibly powerful AI through a simple chat box. No code, no special training, just boom. AI went from a niche tech concept to something universal and profoundly useful overnight. And just look at this number, 100 million. That's how many users ChatGPT got in just its first 2 months. That makes it, by far, the fastest adopted technology in all of human history. Nothing else even comes close. And that massive public buzz, well, it triggered a complete tidal wave of investment and development. You can really see that shift right here on this timeline. Before 2022, AI adoption was kind of slow, pretty niche. Then bam! ChatGPT is released to the public, and it just acts as this incredible catalyst. And today? Today we're in a full-blown, frantic global race to build the next generation of AI. The pace is just staggering. And the speed of improvement is, well, it's almost hard to comprehend. Think about this. The first version of ChatGPT could process maybe 3,000 words at a time. A model today, like Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro, it can handle 1.5 million words. That's not a small jump. That's the difference between reading a long email and analyzing an entire library of books in a single go. It's a truly exponential leap in what these things can do. But beyond all the crazy numbers and the speed, there's something much more fundamental happening. And this brings us to what's really changing, what we're calling the Great Knowledge Transfer. This, right here, is the core disruption that every single leader needs to wrap their head around. So what does that actually mean? Well, at its core, this whole disruption is about knowledge, skills, expertise that used to be locked away in the minds of highly trained, very expensive experts. Well, it's now being absorbed and replicated by AI. The specialized knowledge of a lawyer, a top marketing strategist, a senior software engineer, it's all being embedded into these systems, making that expertise available to pretty much anyone, instantly. And hey, this isn't some sci-fi prediction about the future. It is happening right now. We're talking legal research, content creation, complex marketing strategies, even creative design. AI is already transforming the core functions of knowledge-based industries. So here's the bottom line. If your business relies on expertise, you are right in the middle of this disruption. And of course, the technology isn't standing still. It's already evolving, which leads us to the next competitive edge. It's not just about using AI as a simple tool anymore. The real advantage is going to come from leveraging what are known as AI agents. Okay, the difference here is simple, but it is absolutely profound. Chatbots, the things we're used to, they assist you. They answer your questions, they find info for you. AI agents, on the other hand, are designed to act for you. Think of them as your own little autonomous employees that can perform tasks, automate entire workflows, and even make decisions to achieve goals you set. So imagine an agent that not only researches your competitors, but then drafts a response strategy, schedules the team meetings, and prepares the presentation slides for you. See, that's the leap from assistant to actor. The big takeaway here is that your competitors are already figuring this stuff out. The companies that integrate these tools first and fastest are going to gain a massive speed and cost advantage. It's going to be incredibly hard for everyone else to catch up. So really, the debate over if we should use AI is over. The race has already begun. So what on earth are you supposed to do about all this? Well, that brings us to the playbook, your executive playbook. Because this isn't just a problem to sit back and watch. It's a transformation that you have to lead. Let's walk through exactly how to turn this challenge into your organization's single greatest opportunity. First, let's just talk about the immediate upside. Studies are already showing that using AI assistants can boost the productivity of knowledge workers by a really significant margin. We're talking around 20%. By automating all those repetitive, draining tasks, you free up your best people to focus on what humans are actually great at: strategy, creativity, and real innovation. Now, to unlock these gains, there's a new core skill emerging. It's called prompt engineering, but please, don't let the name fool you. This is not a technical skill, it's a leadership capability. Think of it this way: a great leader knows how to delegate effectively to a human team member, right? Well, prompt engineering is just learning how to delegate complex, strategic tasks to an AI partner. The clarity of your instructions directly determines the quality of the results. And the impact of this skill? It's totally measurable. Research shows that managers who are actually trained in how to talk to AI produce work that is over 50% better than those who aren't. Your ability to guide AI directly, and I mean directly, impacts your team's effectiveness. Now, we have to be really clear about a critical reality here. Even if you haven't written a formal AI policy, I promise you, your people are already using these tools. They're using ChatGPT for their emails, they're using Copilot for code, they're using countless other apps for their daily tasks, often with zero understanding of the potential risks to your company's data and security. Your job then is to get out in front of this. You have to be the one who creates a culture of responsible adoption. And that means setting clear guidelines, making sure AI is used safely and ethically, and encouraging your teams to experiment and learn, but within a trusted framework that you provide. And listen, none of this is happening in a vacuum. Regulators are moving fast. The EU's Big AI Act is just the first major example of a global push to set rules for risk and accountability. Understanding this evolving legal landscape, it's not optional anymore. It's a strategic necessity. Okay, so where do you even begin? That brings us to our final section: your first steps. Leading this transformation doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing. It really just starts with a few clear, decisive actions. Here it is, your 4-step action plan. First, engage. You cannot lead what you don't understand, so get your hands dirty and use the tools yourself. Second, communicate. Learn the language of AI, master prompt engineering as a core leadership skill. Third, get up to speed on the evolving regulations to manage your risk. And finally, use all that knowledge to guide your teams toward responsible and really effective use. Ultimately, it all just comes down to this: AI is not a trend you can afford to wait out. It is the new landscape of business. Full stop. As a leader, you have a pretty simple choice. You can either grab the reins and actively lead your organization through this transformation, or you will be transformed by it. The choice is yours.